Good morning folks, and welcome back to beautiful Glencoe. Finished work last night 6 o'clock, packed the car, 4-hour drive north. Here I am. I had a relatively comfortable night in the GTI camper. It wasn't too bad actually, in all fairness. So I'm bringing you in today to an iconic mountain here in the area. You'll see it in the background, you'll have seen it in the clips beforehand as well. It's known as the Herdsman of Glencoe. It's iconic and fantastic panoramic views down through the Glencoe Valley. I have done it a couple of times, and today I was planning on doing Curved Ridge, which is a grade 2, grade 3 scramble. But I've got to be sensible. I've got 2 slip discs, L2 and S5, and I did make a start on that route, but decided against it in the end. So I'm going to take the safer route up the Gully here and head up to the top of Stop Gerrog, which is 1,021 metres. There's actually 4 peaks on this Etive Mor range. I'm going to do all 4 of them. And then the plan is, upon my descent, I'm going to come back to the car and get my heavy pack on. And I'm going to head up over the Munro on the other side for a wild camp tonight. So I'll bring you along for the full journey. The weather's holding up pretty good at the minute. The clag has lifted from the summit, so I'm going to take advantage of the pretty good conditions, and I'm going to make my way up now. So with no further ado, let's head up the top.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name. I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name. I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream that he kept here. Moving me down the highway.
Well, that's us about halfway up the Gully at the minute, and the weather's absolutely roasting. Jacket's come off. The views coming down through this corrie, down this gully here, are really starting to open up now, and you've got some good views of the mountains over Kinloch Leven. It's pretty spectacular. So the this kind of boulder field, this gully down here, in the winter, towards the top certainly you can still see some snow up there as well. It's a notorious avalanche area. It's a bit of a black spot, so certainly in wintry conditions you've got to watch what you're doing. It's relatively easy scramble so far. In fact, I probably wouldn't even call it a scramble really. You've just got to watch what you're doing on the loose boulders really, but otherwise certainly at the halfway point relatively easy, no problem at all. It looks like it could get a little bit more interesting, probably a little bit of a scramble a little bit further up, but probably nothing too crazy in all fairness. And when we get to the top of the gully here, I'm gonna swing south, making a left turn up to Stop Gerrog, which is the highest peak in the fore, and then I'm gonna double back across over the corrie here, and then head across the other 3 over to the very end one, which is Stop Broig, which is 956 metres. All 4 are over 900 metres, so it's going to be a really fantastic hike, that's for sure. A little bit of cloud passing over the top, but I think it's going to hold up, fingers crossed anyway. And if it isn't, as always, I've got all the gear in the backpack for a little bit of winter weather if it starts to come in a bit nasty. So I'll just swing you around so you can see where we're headed here. So we've got the boulder field, a little bit more scrambling. I think it gets up to certainly grade 1, possibly 1.5, maybe even a grade 2, a little bit further up. And then you can see the snow drift there. There's still a little bit of snow in the gully. Up on the corrie there, and then we'll just make that left turn and up onto the top. So I'll bring you back in probably when we're a little bit further up. So we'll see you up there. Well, there we are. That was a pretty good scramble, that up through the snow gully. In actual fact, that's not a prescribed path. The path, if anybody's wanting to do it, the easier way is actually to take a right-hand turn up a slight grade 1 scramble and up onto open rock field as opposed to going up through the gully. But it was exhilarating, it was very good. And we're very, very close to the top now, probably only a couple 100 foot. A little bit of a grade 1 scramble to take up to the top, and then there should be some open views over Glencoe Eve. I'm going to swing my way left up to the peak, and hopefully get some fantastic views. The clouds look pretty good again at the minute, so I'm ever hopeful for some fantastic views at the top of the Buachaille, looking down over Rannoch Moor and the Glencoe Valley as well. So I'm going to just take on a little bit of water and just plan out my route up to the top. We'll see you up there. Well, that's us at the top of the Buachaille. Fantastic views, absolutely unbelievable. What a reward for quite a tricky climb, actually the top part anyway. The rest of it was relatively easy, but definitely took a wrong turn at that scree gully. Never mind, we're up here and the weather's held off. There's a little bit of a storm front coming in, nothing too major though, in all fairness, so that's good. I'm just show you around the area a little bit so you can get a bit of a feel for some of the views. So we've got the main bulk that you can see, the darker colour in the background there. That's Bidiam Nambian. That's quite a big range of mountains with nestled in the heart of it. You've got the hidden valley, loads of history there. If you follow that down, you'll see the Three Sisters with the Loch Linney in the background. You can actually see the Ballachulish Bridge there. Moving up further to the right, yeah, you've got Bian Namfieni, which is the start of the Annoch Egot Ridge, and the Papa Glencoe just behind it. And then this ridge moving down through to the right here, that's Annoch Egot Ridge, quite a famous grade 2/3 scramble. Good bit of scrambling on that section there. Coming through, you can see the A82 cutting its way through the Glencoe Valley here. All the mountains and the vistas in the background, and actually you can see the clouds starting to come in thick and fast now. But moving across, you can see over there the Kingshouse Hotel. That's the new hotel. The old one was levelled, of course. And you've got Rannoch Moor, Blackmount in the background, Glen Etive just down to the right, and the loch over in the corner there underneath the thick clag is Loch Earn, and you can't necessarily quite see it there, but that's Ben Moor sticking its head up and Create Larrick over on the other side. So I'm just going to take on a little bit of water and probably get a sandwich. I'm going to make a relatively slow descent back down to the car. I'm going to avoid that snow gully though, that's for sure. So I'll see you a little bit further down the way down. Well, we're about halfway down now, and the descent has been fantastic. It's amazing actually. If you actually pay attention to a map, you find certain things out. So on the way up, I came up the scree gully from the bottom all the way to the top. zero path, or very little anyway. So it was quite technical in parts, almost landslide type conditions, and got up to the top, enjoyed it, come down, and lo and behold, just to the right of this Scree Gully, as you're going up, there's a perfectly good path. So that's what I'm going down now. I mean, it's not exactly wheelchair access, but compared to what it was on the way up, absolutely fantastic. So I just thought it might be worthwhile mentioning if anybody is wanting to come up and do this. I mean, the Scree Gully is good fun, but it does get kind of sketchy in parts, and this is a wonderful path, just literally just to the right, higher up, just to the right of the Scree Gully itself. So if you want a little bit of an easier time of things, that's a good one. Good top tip for the mountain, old Buachaille Etive Mor. So I didn't, the weather's starting to come in, time's getting on a little bit, and I really wanted to bag the fore today. I've done actually 2 of them, and I'm on my way back down now, and the idea is hopefully, I don't know if you can see it, but you can't see it, I'm planning on sticking the big heavy pack on and making my way up there tonight. Now, the midgie were quite bad up on the top. I don't really want to be chewed on too much with midgie, if I'm being honest, and the deerheads were even worse. So I'll get down to the bottom, I'll knock myself up a cup of tea, and I'll weigh up the pros and cons. But essentially, I was thinking probably there, simply because the views of the Buachaille would be absolutely fantastic. I just thought I would give a quick mention actually to somebody as well, one of my a cracking YouTuber, and he mentioned as he tagged us in hashtag keep Britain tidy or pick other people's litter up or whatever it was, and he's called Paul from Bud Outdoors. Go and check him out. Cracking channel. He's about as enthusiastic as it gets. He loves getting out into nature with the family. Cracking guy, really nice fella, and he was mega excited. He got tagged in to pick up some litter, and he went on a really good mission. It was a cracking video. Well done, Paul. Seriously, mate, top notch. That, like, really good. And he gave us a mention in his video. So I just thought I would give you a shout out. Go and check out his channel. Really good stuff. But secondly, the backpack is well, I wouldn't say full, but there hasn't been too much litter up on the mountain, thankfully, which is very, very good. But what litter there was, I picked up, stuck it in my backpack, and I'll stick it down the bin. So I've done my bit. I normally do anyway, in all fairness, but I just thought, Paul, I would give you a mention, mate. Well done, top man, top man. Right, with no further ado then, less of the blethering, and I just need to get down this final bit. Not too far to go now. I'll bring you back in the car.
Well, as I managed to get off the gully and back onto open land, the midge situation just got worse and worse. You could hardly breathe with them, so I made the decision to kibosh the wild camp up on the other side of the mountain with views over the Buachaille, and thought I would just soak up a little bit of the atmosphere at the Kingshouse Hotel. I went for a quick pint and decided to head across over to the Glencoe National Park for another day's adventure. So thanks for joining us, folks, and until next time, stay safe.